Good morning once again. I am on a roll today. I feel like it's the Holy Spirit that's guiding me to do this. And I feel blessed and honored to be here today with the opportunity to be able to share this with you. I'm going to share one of my visions that I've had. This vision was back in December, and it was a vision that I saw Connecticut consumed in flood and tornadoes. I saw myself, I dreamed. Let me just show you. This is part of what I saw, and I will explain it to you. Okay, let me go. It's just, when I remember this and feel the emotions and feel the wind and the chaos in this dream, it's unbelievable. It's far beyond my explanation. I dreamed that I was at my sister's house in Vernon. And we were in the condo complex, and she was going to sell the condo. But then all of a sudden, I remember seeing, it was like very stormy. I remember seeing just very hazy, dark clouds. It was kind of humid out, and it looked like there was a storm coming. And then all of a sudden, there was a storm coming. A lot of rain came. I remember she has a stream in the back of her condo complex, and I remember just seeing that being flooded and coming out of its banks. I remember the water rushing and consuming her whole entire complex, and as we were running and running, I'm just saying, let's go, the flood is coming, we have to run. And we're running. It's me, my sister, my brother-in-law, and my nieces that I saw. And we were just running, and I remember just running and getting out of there, and getting into a car, and as we were driving, I remember seeing several tornadoes. It was probably like 6 or 7 tornadoes, and they were just consuming everything. I remember seeing colonials being this literally shredded. Like, I saw images of colonials being lifted up and broken. Like the nice colonials that you see. Buildings. I just remember seeing pieces of wood flying, and all these black tornadoes everywhere. And we're like driving and dodging them and dodging all these tornadoes that were coming. And the destruction was just unbelievable. It was just awful, awful, awful. I can't believe it. I would never want to see a scene like that. I mean, in real life. So I remember looking up in the sky and just seeing this huge just funnel. It was just so big, this huge funnel. And I remember just like saying, oh my gosh, how are we going to get out of here? How are we going to get out of here? And I remember running, and I was running now. And we were driving at first, but now I was running. And I remember running, and I know my family was there behind me. I know we were together because I remember hearing them, and in the background there was just so much chaos. I remember looking into the distance and seeing like the hills of Connecticut, and seeing like the houses like in the hills, and just seeing these tornadoes just like ripping through the valleys and the hills and everything. And I remember seeing myself in this exact scene that I drew here. It was so vivid that when I woke up, I had to draw it. It was just like I drew it so fast so I wouldn't forget. I remember we were like literally coming up this mountain. Oh, let me go down. Yeah, we were like walking. And as we were walking up, I remember looking into the distance and seeing the trees and the hills and the tornadoes and everything over here. The water wasn't there. It was still the tornadoes, and the highway was there. And I was just seeing the destruction. As we walked up this hill, I remember just walking up, and I was so tired, and I remember looking back and seeing my family on back of us. On back of me, I remember seeing all of my family. And I was looking to the ground, and I was just walking up, this steep mountain, when, and all of a sudden, when I looked to see the scene of the chaos, there was nothing there but water. The sky was black, as you can see in the top. The sky was pitch dark. It was like pitch black. And I remember looking, and everything was so quiet and so serene. It was like you all you could hear was just like like the calm wind and like just nothing but earth. That was all you were able to hear. And then I remember seeing the sun. I remember the sky just start to break apart, this part here. I remember it. I remember seeing the sun just start to peek out through the dark clouds. And this is the highway, this that I have here. I remember seeing the highways, you know, part of the highway sticking out, but the rest of it was underwater. You know, it's like in Connecticut, sometimes when you're on the highway, you can kind of see part of the highway in the hills, like it carves through the hills. I don't know. That was the image that I saw. And I remember as we were walking up, you know, I looked to my left, and I saw the water and the flood. And then when I looked to my right, I saw this image of what looked like it was a cross. I drew it there. It was so big. It was like this big, massive, I believe it was a cross. It was so big that it went right through the clouds and everything, and I could not see far beyond it. I couldn't see any more from it. So then I just remembered seeing all of my family. Me, my father, my mother, Janita, which is my sister, Joshua, my brother, I said, Liliana, Amaris, my nieces, and then my aunt, who's in the back. I remember seeing her in the back, and she was wearing white, and she was holding a Bible. And then I woke up. And this was, mind you, I had the dream that I saw hell in October of 2011 on 11/24, which was Thanksgiving Day. I woke up and I had that vision of the Lord. And then, then after that, I started to fast. I remember, my heart told me that I need to fast. I had never fasted before. I had never fasted. I just said, okay, I will fast for you, Lord. I will not eat for a weekend. It just so happened that I was able to fast from Friday until Sunday night. And so I did that, and fasting and prayer, and that's when I had this vision. And then soon after, I had another vision. And this vision was just far beyond what I can even comprehend. I will share it with you, and I have to organize it. Let me just get it. I mean, it's right here anyways. Maybe I can just continue it. I don't know. I don't know how to do this. I'm making all these multiple videos. Maybe I should have just made it all in one video. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, I had this vision, and I showed it to my aunt, and that's Connecticut, underwater. That's what I saw. I don't know. Tornadoes everywhere. Soon after, it was probably not even a week later, I saw this. Mind you, I had not started reading the Bible. That's something to me that I hadn't started to do. The first book that I read was the book of Daniel. Obviously, I read the Psalms because that's what I saw, so I started reading the Psalms, and especially Psalm 91, which is, such a powerful Psalm. I read that one, and I just started reviewing the Psalms because that was in what I saw. And I remember hearing, I didn't mention this before, but a couple days after I saw that vision, I remember going to bed and hearing a voice tell me, El nombre es Daniel. El nombre es Daniel. His name is Daniel. His name is Daniel. Multiple times I heard it, and I woke up saying, his name is Daniel. His name is Daniel. And I'm like thinking, who's Daniel? Who is Daniel? And then I asked my father who Daniel was. And Daniel was an interpreter of dreams from the Old Testament. Why did I hear that voice? Who did I hear that voice from? I don't know. It has to be none other than the Holy Spirit. I don't know. I picked up the book of Daniel and I started reading it. Lo and behold, it was about Daniel having the powers and to interpret dreams and visions. Amazing. Far beyond what I can explain. I can't even believe that I'm discussing this and I'm about to share it on YouTube. Like, God, you know that I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for you, Jesus, because there is something so far beyond our explanation that is coming to this earth. And I've been revealed these things, and I feel sometimes a bit lost. So that's that. Yeah. If there's anybody out there that can relate to what I've been going through, please feel free to just leave your comment. I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash too. People are going to call me crazy and nuts. I know it, but while I'm here on this earth, I have to share this experience. It isn't. We are not in control here. God is in control, and He's definitely revealing Himself little by little. And the prophecies are coming true from the revelation, and it's just so amazing, very confusing, but God doesn't lie. And that's just the bottom line. He's correct in His word, and that's just it. It's our choice to follow Him and to heed His warnings and His callings. So I will leave it at that, and if you get a chance, read the definitely read Psalms, but the book of Daniel is so powerful. It's so powerful. And his name on there is Belteshazzar, or Belshazzar, I believe that's what they call it. And it's just rather interesting how that name, Belteshazzar, is pretty significant to my last name, which is Beltry. And I noticed that was the first thing that I noticed when I opened up the book of Daniel, was that. I was just like, what the heck? The only thing that's missing from that name is the R. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Probably not. But, yep. It says, Daniel, the name Belteshazzar. Yeah, among these in the name, Daniel 6. That's where it is. Belteshazzar. Belteshazzar. My last name is spelled Beltre. I just don't know. I heard the voice. El nombre es Daniel. El nombre es Daniel. It's in the Bible. The first thing I noticed. It's beyond my explanation. I don't even want to consider myself a prophet. I am just relaying a message. I don't even know what I am anymore, but just a human flesh that's here with a story to tell. That's all I can say. I love you all, and God bless you, and I will be back on in a little bit to share my other vision that I had. And all of these visions have been like boom, 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 boom. And now we are in July, and I miss them, actually. I miss the visions. I've had a couple, but I'll share those too. I will talk to you soon. God bless, and thank you for listening.